you, and it's a very proud moment for me to receive you today here in State House. In fact, I had to postpone cabinet so that I can do this because this is important. It is important because Kenya is a great sporting nation, and our Kenya police is the incubator, the powerhouse of sports in Kenya. So if you combine our nation as a great sporting nation globally, and the place where that great sporting talent is nurtured is our Kenya police, then this becomes a very significant morning that we are meeting here, not just as the Kenya police family and the huge contribution you are making to sports in Kenya, from athletics through ball games and everything in between, including tug of war, as the AJAABU said. So, and therefore it is significant that we are meeting here this morning so that we can appreciate what you are doing, what the contribution the Kenya Police Service is making, not just to the security of our nation, but also to our sports and being the greatest ambassadors of our nation. And therefore, I want to say, Bwana IG, to you as the commander of the Kenya Police and to your men and women, congratulations for what you're doing. I am very, very proud of the achievements and the contribution of the Kenya Police Service in securing the borders of our nation, keeping all our families, children, businesses safe, and now, beyond that, contributing to sports in our nation. I think you are playing your part as Kenyan citizens and also as patriotic citizens of our nation. In matter of sports, we did make a deliberate decision that because Kenya has demonstrated talent and expertise in sports, it is necessary for us as a nation to provide the necessary support in infrastructure and other support to make sure that our talents, our understanding is harnessed, not just for the benefit of the sportsmen and women, but for us as a nation as well. It is the reason why I took the decision in 2023 that the sports fund is not going to serve any other purpose, but just to support our sports. It had been spread all over the place in many other fields, in many other areas. We've now consolidated the place of the sports fund to make sure that it is dedicated to making sure that we support sports, we support sports infrastructure, we provide incentives for our sportsmen and women, we provide rewards for those who do well in all the fields, and shortly we will be awarding the various teams and individuals according to the CS for sports. We will be rewarding them in the coming weeks so that we can appreciate their contribution to development of sports talent in Kenya and being brand ambassadors for our nation. Every time our national anthem is sung in cities across the world, Kenya is brought to the focus in a very positive way. And that does not just happen. It happens because somebody, some sportsman, some sportswoman has dedicated time. They have sacrificed, to train and to work very hard for them to achieve what they achieve. In their achievement, as a nation, we share because they brand our nation positively. So they are truly our heroes as a nation. So I want to say to the policemen and women in the sporting field, we will continue as a government to support sports as I committed in 2023. We will continue to develop infrastructure for sports across Kenya. Salim Furia and team know that we have already agreed to build 37 sports academies across the nation. And hopefully by next year, we should have completed the 37 sports academies. At the moment, I have also given very clear direction that we improve on as many of our sports facilities and stadia in Kenya as possible. We've just concluded the stadium in Bungoma. We've just taken over the stadium in Kakamega. I have given instructions that we take over the stadium in Siaya. In Kisumu, we are now working on a new stadium. In Bomet, we are working on a new stadium. In Kapkatet, we are working on a new stadium. In Kapsabet, in Eldoret, in Kamarin, in Ruringu, in Olkalau. We are all working on new stadia, including in Maua, in Meru, and shortly we will be handing over the stadium both in Chuka and in Meru to for management, as we make sure that we consolidate as much sports infrastructure as we can, so that we can avail opportunities for training, opportunities for excellence of our sportsmen and women. And of course, the improvements in Moi Kasarani Stadium are on course. The improvements in Nyayo Stadium are on course. And we are working on the other supporting facilities, including the police stadium in South Sea. And I have told Salim here, Mvuria, that even after the sports, the Chan sports, we will continue to invest in your sports stadium, because we believe that if we make that facility better, you will take it to the next level. To promise the country again that we are building the first largest football stadium in Kenya, here in Talanta. And we intend that that stadium will be complete by December this year. It will be among the largest sports facilities for football in our region. Football-only stadium. So I am sure that this will give our sportsmen and women the energy and the motivation for them to take football to the next level. And you can count on my support in the space around sports. And we will continue to dedicate resources to make sure that we build the infrastructure that will support the great talent that we have as a nation in sports. Secondly, to our policemen and women, I want to say that as president, I am very proud of what our security agencies have been able to do to secure our nation, to secure our properties, and to make sure that our families can sleep in peace. And it is the reason why among my first assignments as president was to look at the terms of service and the emoluments of our policemen, of our prisons, NYS, and serving police security officers in that space. We are making steady progress in improving the terms of service of our policemen and women, including all the other security agencies in prison, in NYS, and in the other sectors. And it is also the reason why I have taken the firm position that we must look after our policemen and women as they look after our families and our properties and securing our nation. It is the reason why even our housing program, I announced the other day that we are going to dedicate at least 20% of those housing programs to our policemen and women and our security men, our security agencies. Why? Because for a very long time, our policemen and women served and lived in very deplorable and dehumanizing conditions. And that is why we are now building additional facilities, more houses for our policemen and women, and giving them an opportunity to own homes like all other citizens. I will continue to make sure that every security officer, every person who puts their lives on the line for our nation so that our families can be safe, so that our properties can be safe, and so that our nation can be safe, I will make sure that this nation stands by them and supports them. And I say this without fear of any contradiction, because without peace and security, without stability, we don't have a nation. It is just as simple as that. And as Kenyans, we must be clear on how we go and where we go and how we get where we want to get. I must say this as president, that without peace, without security, without stability, we don't have a nation. The people who put their lives on the line to make sure that our families are safe, that our properties and nation is safe and stable, are our security agencies. As they put their lives on the line, we as a nation will support them. This administration will stand by them so that they can discharge their responsibilities within the law and make sure that our nation is safe. For the people who want to undermine, demean, try to intimidate our security agencies, I am telling them, you're doing the wrong thing. Our security men and women deserve every support that we can muster for them to secure our nation. And we must work with them. And therefore, to every police officer, from the constable, the man on the beat, I give you my assurance that the government of Kenya will support you, will stand by you as you secure our nation and as you secure our country and keep our families safe and our properties safe. I ask of every citizen and every leader to respect our police and to support our police to make sure that they secure our country. We have sufficient infrastructure to make sure that this happens within the law. I am very proud of what our policemen and women have done in Haiti, for example. Kenya was chosen amongst many nations because we have a professional police service that works within the law, that operates within the parameters of the requirement of human rights, and to make sure that our nation is managed in a manner that respects the law, but makes sure that we are a stable, progressive, and democratic nation. So to IG and your team, you have my support 100% to secure this nation and to operate for all of us Every citizen. Nobody is above the law. None of us is above the law. You cannot intimidate the police. You cannot use force against the police, or insult, or threaten the police. You are threatening our nation. Because these are our frontline defenders of our rights as Kenyans and of the right of this nation to be peaceful and to be secure. So, ladies and gentlemen of the police force who are here today, of the police service who are here today, I want to give you my assurance that as you secure this nation is going to make sure that you are also safe and your families are safe. What we are celebrating today, is a momentous occasion that, apart from the difficult job you have of securing our nation, you have also won the Premier League. What an achievement. Apart from all the difficult things you have to do, you have also found time to play good football. And you have won the Premier League because of discipline, because of commitment, because of the leadership that you have, and because of the commitment you have to this nation. Congratulations. And you have not just won the Premier League, you have even won the Women League. Sasa si nyinyi ni watu wa maana sana kwa hii dunia jameni. Mimi nasema pongezi. Pongezi sana. And you are actually telling the nation that we not only have a professional police service that discharges its duty, responsibility, mandate as is required of them by the Constitution, but you are also committed citizens and patriotic Kenyans who also contribute in other things, including sports. So because of the tremendous achievements you have achieved, the police bullets won last year and this year. Maybe next year, who knows? Yeah. And for the first time, the Kenya Police FC have won the Premier League. Yeah, I want to say congratulations. And please, do it again next year. You promise to do it again next year? Yeah? You'll do it again next year? Yes, do it again next year. And because I want you to do it again next year, your patron and the deputy patron have asked me that there are some gaps in the sponsorship. Kuna, gaps here and there. So I'm going to talk to friends, and I must first congratulate Wananchi credit. Thank you very much for supporting these good people. Betika, congratulations and thank you very much for supporting our police teams. And DTB Bank, thank you very much for supporting this great team. So, as a Kenyan, I am going to look for some friends also to support this team. I know you have requested me that there are some gaps, and they have told me there is a gap of about 50 million shillings every year. Yeah? So I'm going to look for friends who will close that 50 million gap. Right? So nikifunga hiyo 50 million gap, nyinyi mufunge pia bao ya next year mkwe. Ama ni aje? Is it a deal? Yeah, very good. So nitatafuta marafiki. I know many of these friends. I have some good friends. And I want to ask companies, philanthropic organizations to come forward and support the talents of the young people of Kenya in all the sports that that we have. We have many companies through CSR and all other things that they can support our teams. I am asking them to step forward because with just a little support, you can see what a team like the Kenya Police Bullets formed in 2023, just the other day, 2 years. Now they are the champions because they got some push. So if we can support more of the teams, whether they are the community teams or the regional teams and all the others, we can energize the sports area and support our talents going forward. Number two, we will improve your facility at South Sea, your stadium at South Sea. Salim, you know what to do. Yes. I know you are doing something. Yes. Lakini sukuma, you know, we must make them proud. Sawa sawa. And then finally, I will discuss with your patron where I will find some friends who will plug in, and then we will support your team better. And finally, I know you have come to see me this morning. I will make sure that itakuwa namna hiyo. Sitaki kusema sana. Naweza kutakiwa mahali fulani. Lakini nitawapanga vizuri. Si ndio? At least so that you can do a small celebration. Si ndio? Otherwise, my very best wishes to you in your sports talents, you know, as footballers, as sportsmen. Nawatakia heri. Develop your careers. We will see how to support you, to provide more facilities for training, to support you in making sure that you have the right infrastructure to develop your talents and make this nation great. And as you succeed, and it's my prayer that you do succeed, with your success is the success of Kenya, and it's our collective success. To the board and managers, I know you spend time. It is not a paying job. You people are making sacrifices. Continue to do that. Asante sana. And we really, really appreciate the fact that you step forward to support this team. And also to my good friend Nyale, thank you very much for giving your time and continue harassing people. You know, continue to talk to people so that they can support this team. I had also been told that you want a bus so that you can move around, especially in your...